The RPG After Years is part of the We Can Make This Work Probably Network. Find out more at probablywork.com.
Have you ever tried eating a corned beef sandwich in zero gravity?
Are you a veteran of the Great Emu War of 1932?
Do you long for a simpler time when the world's greatest global crisis involved horse manure?
If the answer to any of these questions was no, then we have the podcast for you.
Epic Fails of History.
A podcast that delves into the most epic fails of, history.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
The only thing we have to fear is we had a problem here.
Epic fails of history.
Subscribe today on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. We've got more random tales of fail coming your way, so stay tuned for more epic fails of history.
I see. I hear nothing of me being sounded twice is a bad thing, but it's okay.
Welcome to the RPG After Years, your weekly show covering all things RPGs, past, present, and future. I'm Jay.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Rich.
So welcome to episode 30. Today we are going to be doing a pretty huge catch-up episode, just kind of taking the time to check in on each other and the community, as well as a look back on our New Year's resolutions. So let's get to it. But since this episode is going to basically just be a single one bigly catch up, we are going to start off with Save State of the Podcast. So as most people probably know, the RPG After Years has a pretty dang rewarding Patreon. So with our Patreon, you get early episode access, ad-free episodes, like the Aftercast. There are extra reviews in there. You're able to participate in RPG Club nominations. You get to vote and suggest games to play. And there is quite a bit more involved there. So check it out on patreon.com/RPG After Years.
Did you say RGP Club?
I did at first, yes. I don't know what's going on.
What do we think that stands for? Role gaming play?
RGP? I don't know. Sounds dirty. I don't want
to. We need to figure out what our next Aftercast is going to be about. I have no clue right now. But there's also, we are live streaming on Twitch. So we've started doing that. Every episode we record gets streamed live to Twitch. And you can join in, participate live, and participate in the chat. And a lot of times we will read your little chatty comments in during the show, so you get to like be a part of the episode. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway,
that's pretty cool. But you know what is really cool?
What?
Seeing your face.
Aw, thanks, Rich.
And Jay's
lying.
On live.
Well, everybody else gets to see our faces too, right? That's the video version. That's the real reward. One of these days, I'm gonna get you to take your socks off and just put your feet up there for everybody to see.
Gross.
Very. You can find all that at twitch.tv/RPG After Years.
But we got something really cool, which is the RPG Club.
Or RGP. You know,
RGP.
whichever. They're interchangeable, you guys. You didn't know that?
No, didn't. So the game is Wild Arms. You have until September 6th to finish the gate generator in Wild Arms. The next RPG club will meet on September 6th.
Cool.
On top of that, Bill has yet another podcast. We've been talking about it quite a bit, and it's a new sister show, I guess. Sister in spirit. I don't know. I don't consider Bill my brother, so I don't know.
It's like the bastard stepchild that we only sort of acknowledge.
Yeah, it's like it's as if like maybe my sister slept with a guy that nobody liked, and she had a baby, but then maybe died in childbirth, and I took it in and just made everybody think that I was the dad, even though I was very honorable and last name Snow. So
what an analogy.
Outside of that, so it's called Bill's JRPG Adventures and Other Trappings. He's currently playing Super Robot Wars. He also bought a new mic, so I'm pretty sure the quality is chef's kiss, but I don't actually listen, so we'll see.
It's not bad. I feel like only people that care about Bill will like the show, but
Yep.
I encourage you to check it out anyway. Did you
So
say what he was playing?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Super Robot Wars.
And we got an exciting announcement. Our merch store, our new merch store, it's live. So it is a Redbubble store. And if you don't know what Redbubble is, basically it's like an artist-powered community, sort of like Etsy, where it's super easy to just post your own designs and
It's
put
not
them on
an
all kinds
adult
of products.
website.
Yeah. Although it can be. I'm pretty sure I've seen like pornographic designs on there.
Oh, nice. Now,
Not at our
you
store
know-
though.
Yet.
So there's all kinds of products. There's like most types of clothing you could imagine: t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, dresses, almost anything.
No hats.
There are
No
no
hats.
hats, which is weird because they have like 80 different products you can put your designs on. But I guess maybe hats are hard to produce or something. I don't know. There's also stuff like clocks, bath mats. I should have made a shower curtains, comforters. So if you go on Redbubble and just search RPG After Years, you should be able to find us. And just so you guys know, the way Redbubble shows your products, it's kind of weird. So it'll look like we only have 5 different products, but that's only because we have 5 different designs. So if you go over to the Explore Designs tab on our storefront, then you can like check out each design and all the different products it's available on. I'm about to drop like a large amount of money to get a bunch of this stuff. Eventually, when I have a backdrop, I want to have like an art print of the show, album art, or behind me. I think that would be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to get a bunch of clothes and all that. So the different designs available are, there's like just our logo in white and black. So you can put it on whatever like color of clothing that you want and still be able to see it. And then we've also got our album art, and then our album art with the logo like largened and centered, so for display purposes. So yeah, I think that's really cool. And if you want to rep the show and maybe give us a little bit of money, we don't make much off this shit, but it's just cool to have. So yeah, just search RPG After Years on Redbubble. There's no easy link. The link is not friendly. But yeah, that's it. Are you guys going to get anything?
At some point.
Maybe.
At some
Maybe a
point.
t-shirt.
I'll
Does it have
definitely get a
underwear?
hoodie.
Yeah, I'll just be wearing RPG After Years apparel all the time. What's the RPG After Years? It's my podcast. What did you say, Ask Rich?
I mean, does it have underwear?
No,
So
I wish
I'll
it did
wear
though.
that.
I want booty shorts personally.
There you go. Banana hammock.
But yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
Save state of the podcast. Done. We got to move on to news.
Let's do it.
Hear ye, hear ye!
gather round for all your news. Stop your clatter and listen close. Alas, you won't believe your ears. Listen close for the news.
So why don't you kick us off, Rich?
Yeah. All right, cool. So Sony is exploring the idea of bringing more first-party games to PC, which is code for we want more money.
Yeah, smart. I mean,
yeah, really it is. So basically what they're going to do is pull these games over onto the PC, either Steam or however, and still charge full price.
Kind of like how they did with Horizon, right?
Exactly. It's the same thing. I think they were testing out the waters with Horizon to see how well it would do. And it's out yet. It's already out now, right? I think. Yeah. So I think it did pretty well. So that brought the idea for them to start bringing more over, which, to be fair, Xbox has already kind of done that. So they're just kind of following suit.
I think it's interesting because if they do start bringing all their first-party games over, we are slowly losing our reason to have a console.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen because I think they are going to still make initial releases exclusive, and then 1 year later they're going to release main titles, or 2 years later, 3 years later. So that would make sense. They can have like another cycle of making money off of that game. But I highly doubt they are going to take away exclusivity because it's literally the reason why people buy the console at this point. So, yeah, they're not going to give that up.
Yeah,
that's true. So,
could you imagine if Nintendo jumped on that train?
Nintendo's never going to jump on that train.
Yeah, I mean, if I could just have one console that played all games, that'd be fine.
Yeah,
PS4 that can go back and play Pokemon. Like, okay, I'll deal with it. I don't leave my house anyway. I don't need handheld mode.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rich. But also, there was a time when I said that Nintendo would never be on mobile. So, who knows what's going to happen?
It's true.
Real quick, we got Pigeon the Discord in our Twitch chat. He wants to know if we're talking about role-playing games or rocket-propelled guns. It's maybe both. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't
know. Well, I mean, what? In Wild Arms, you get a rocket launcher. It's like the strongest attack I have so far.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Actually, Rich and I did a promo for the show one time where we made a joke about thinking RPGs, the different things RPG could stand for, but that has been retired, unfortunately.
Oh.
Anyway, anything else about PS4 on PC?
No, that's just about it.
All right, so next up is some news about Cyberpunk 2077, just a little bit. So they announced that there is going to be free DLC next to paid DLC. So kind of like how The Witcher, when it came out, you could download like a bunch of random DLC for free. Which is pretty cool, but at the same time, why not just include it in the game? Like, I don't know. It seems kind of odd.
Did it say it was at launch?
I'm not sure, but I mean, when The Witcher 3 launched, they did have free content. But yeah, they do have like a roadmap of free content, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's fine. It's free. It just takes a little bit to download. Kind of cool way to add some spice to it post-release. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. At least they are making a roadmap to kind of make the game a little more like continue to be enticing for X amount of time after. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this big delay that they've had is going to be worth it, and we're all going to love the game.
I wonder if the DLC will be delayed.
They already started releasing it. Like, oh, it's not out yet, but we got to stick to this roadmap at least.
Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so Nintendo had another like partner showcase, kind of indie show, all kinds of stuff. One thing I wanted to talk about from it is they announced the release date for Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, which is the upcoming rhythm game from Kingdom Hearts. And I especially wanted to talk about this because I think when it was announced, and we covered it in the news, Jay was not on that episode, I think. So, Jay, how do you feel about this game?
I think it's stupid.
Just flat out dumb.
Why do you think that?
It's not new content, right? It's just a way to see old stuff, right?
Well, it is canon, and it does continue the story from the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC.
Oh, I thought it was just another game to.
Yeah.
What? Give me the premise. What's going
So
on?
the overarching plot is it's a Kyrie game. Kyrie's finally getting her game, and
dumb.
the poor girl. A bunch of people have always.
It's a
wanted,
rhythm game, so it's
Yeah.
dancing.
Well, think about it is most of the game is you play as Sora. It's sort of like the theater rhythm, and you just see scenes from the past, like you said. But I don't know how it's being incorporated. But there's like a bunch of we don't know how robust this plot is going to be, but there is new stuff. There's I think I saw Kyrie confronting the Master of Masters in one scene.
5 minutes of new stuff does not constitute saying that it's a new game.
Yeah. Point is,
that's saying it's an old game. That it's retelling the stories of old games with a couple of new scenes. It's like that's worse than Chain of Memories.
Yeah, it's just Kyrie trying to figure out what happened to Sora by diving into her memories, apparently. And Kyrie has been connected to enough people at this point that I guess she knows the whole Kingdom Hearts timeline.
I think it's obviously like them trying to we gotta push something out. Oh, let's have okay. So we got what's your ideas? Okay, so that is fine, but it's like that's only like 5 minutes of a game. So that's the farthest we are. So we have to. What can we do? Oh, let's just retell the entire game again. Let's just retell the story again. That's fine.
Womp womp. I am sort of excited about this game because I thought theater rhythm was really fun. But the thing is, I don't really have time for a casual game like this, and I don't think it would be something fun to play with Corey necessarily. There are multiplayer modes though. I guess if you can go through the main story in multiplayer, which I'm not sure about, I might get it, and Corey and me will play through it together, or maybe that can be our group game. But anyway, it comes out on November 13th in North America and Europe, and Japan on November 11th to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Something better than Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory is with that Nintendo Direct Mini thing that we had for indie development, the collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend is releasing for Nintendo Switch on December 15th. I'm actually kind of excited for this. I have all the original Game Boy games.
Question.
I liked it.
What's the Saga?
I just swear to God, I'm going to choke Bill's life out of his face for doing that for so long.
How does that phrase end? What's the saga?
I don't remember. I need a saga. What's a saga?
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I'm going to get it because it's nice to have those instead of having to play the originals on my Game Boy. But I liked the first one. I thought it was pretty fun.
I do think it's cool that they have like these collections of really old games coming to the Switch now. So what we had like the collection of Mana, and this is like what else could we do a retro collection of?
Yeah. No, and who knows? This could spark other game companies to do the same thing. Like, Pokemon, the Janto collection or whatever they have, like the Gen 1 collection, Gen 2. I don't know if he's shaking his head, if that'd be a good idea.
I wouldn't mind seeing Fire Red, Leaf Green on the Switch. I do not want to see red version and blue version. There are not enough pixels in that game.
Yeah, and we already had Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which was sort of just game one, that gen all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it generates
Heart Gold and Silver.
I think they are just going to remake some game. They're going to remake, what is it, the Sinnoh region, and throw it on the Switch. That's what I bet they're going to do. That's what I hope
But
they're going to do.
Rich, I thought you didn't like Saga.
I don't like the Romancing Saga one that we played on the PlayStation. That was stupid.
You didn't
my
like
opinion.
Saga Frontier.
Yeah,
either,
Frontier.
right?
Yeah, I didn't like that. These other Final Fantasy Legend ones, the simpler one, but once you get to these other ones, man, they're just a little complicated for my brain.
Rich needs it to be simple.
I need it.
He's a
Yeah,
simple man.
I don't need that crazy stuff. Like Kingdom Hearts is a little hard to follow for me sometimes. So much
I don't know
stuff.
why you would think that.
I don't know.
It's very simple. All you have to do is play all 6 games or however many it is, and then retroactively read the entire wiki. That's all you have to do to understand Kingdom Hearts.
Don't forget about
So way too
the
much
movies and watch cutscenes from game. Yeah, all that.
I think, and this is part of the reason why I like Wild Arms is because it's simple. Like the old RPGs that we used to play on the PlayStation era that we're playing now, it's just you have a problem, solution, end boss, done. So
I would say
anyway,
most games are still like that. It's Square Enix that is not like that.
it's bothering the crap out of me. We
Thanks,
get to these big open world games is where I start losing myself. But anyways, that is the Final Fantasy Legend collection, the collection of Saga, coming out December 15th on the Switch.
And what's the saga?
Bill's the
Choking
saga.
Bill's life.
Bill's the saga.
The saga of Kill Bill.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in our community that are saga heads, I think. So this should be an exciting thing for everybody. But yeah.
All right. So next up, World of Warcraft Shadowlands got a release date, October 27th. I'm not a WoW person, so I don't know. I mean, this seems pretty cool, but at the same time, I thought maybe we were still boycotting World of Warcraft, but maybe we're not. Maybe we forgot about that.
I think they forgot.
I meant to assign this to Rich as the MMO guy. Do you know anything about this, Rich?
I don't. I know it's just another expansion, and I played a little bit of WoW, and it's not for me. I don't know why. It's just too cartoony, in my opinion, and I think WoW is that type of game that you had to have been playing this years ago. Like if you jump into it now, you're just screwed.
I feel that way with Final Fantasy 14 as well, though.
Yeah,
I feel that way about any MMO.
Yeah. 14 is not too bad because I played it like years ago. So I know what's going on and a few things. They've changed a little bit here and there, but I don't know. Just WoW, just too much for me.
Disa says the phrase is, what's the saga? It's the Final Fantasy Legend. So thanks for knowing.
Yeah.
Thanks for knowing more about our show than we do, Disa.
Yeah. We don't do that.
Speaking of MMOs, I don't think we actually put this, but Guild Wars 2 is coming to Steam. I did play a little bit of Guild Wars, and I probably would totally play it. It seems awesome. So maybe I'll play a little bit of Guild Wars.
You'll have to declare a night on your schedule for that.
Many nights, I imagine.
Nights.
That's the thing that I hate about MMOs.
Oops,
no, don't play it yet. I'm not done.
I'm not done.
MMO, you cannot just play it one night. Like you can't play it one night a week and then still be good. Like in order to succeed, you have to play it loads and loads of times, many billions and billions and billions of times, and it's impossible for anybody who has a life to stay caught up and stay like hanging out with the people that you started with. I kind of feel the same way about competitive shooters. Like you can't just play it and then play it for a little bit, get it on release day, play it for a little bit, play online. You're doing okay. You like go to work for a week, you come back over the weekend and play, and just everybody's all, like significantly better than you. Like you can't. You can't just compete with the people who can put in 12 hours a day into a video game.
Not only that, but the MMOs, they tend to like reward daily play. Like they have daily tasks you can do. Not to mention login bonuses, things like that.
And I just like variety.
Of course you do. And then our last little article here, I think they showed a new trailer for Scarlet Nexus. yesterday, maybe the day before. So basically, this is like an anime hack and slash game that was shown off at one of the recent Microsoft conferences, and it looks really cool and really weird. Also, the monster designs are like crazy. One of them looked like a wolf made out of like a lady's legs or something like that. It's very like out there design, but it looks clean as hell. And very anime, so maybe Jay will like it.
Maybe. Most likely.
Did anybody else watch the trailer?
No.
Yeah. It gives me...
I think I've seen this before.
You might have seen the first one.
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
Looks
good.
It looks very Astral Chain-y. Like if you told me this was a sequel to Astral Chain, there wouldn't be any reason for me to not believe you. But
yeah, I'll get it. When's it coming out?
I don't think we
no
have a
release window
date
has
yet.
been given. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming to
COVID.
PS4 as well. Oh well. COVID.
All right, so let's talk about the games that have been released this past week. We've got Moon on the Switch for August 27th, Wasteland 3, which is a PS4, Xbox One, and PC, August 28th, Windbound, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, August 28th, Nexomon Extinction, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, at August 28th. I'm curious about that one.
What is it? Is that the Pokemon one?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to take a look at it.
Jay was saying something about that last week, I think.
Yes, I was saying that it looks pretty good and I might get it.
Jay, I just saw that you wrote something on your whiteboard and you were upset that we didn't notice last week, but I actually can't read that. So
I'm actually erasing it.
Oh.
Well, didn't you say Bill was bald?
No, that one.
Bill sucks.
That one was a work. That was a work reference.
Okay.
I'm gonna remove that work reference. How can you not read that, Scott?
I literally couldn't even see it.
Could you read it?
I did.
Rich?
Yeah. I can't remember the name it said on there, but it said is bald.
If I didn't see you writing, I wouldn't know that there was something on that board.
It says Scott is handsome.
Oh,
no,
thank you.
That's not what it says.
Anyway,
I can't see.
It says Scott is hot.
Oh, there you go. See,
I am hot. Just kidding. Stay humble, folks.
It's spelled HAWT even.
Ooh. Scotty too hotty.
Scotty too hotty.
You guys are gonna embarrass me. Anyway, RPGs upcoming. We got Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on September 8th. Star Renegades on PC, also September 8th. Necromunda: Underhive Wars on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and September 8th. Something about Underhive sounds like really racy to me. I don't,
you want to see my underhive?
Yeah, exactly. Minoria comes to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on September 10th. And Wintermoor Tactics Club, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, September 10th. And I don't really know anything about any of those games. I've heard of Kingdoms of Amalur, but...
All right, so that wraps up the news. Let's take a quick break, and then we will start getting catching up, bigly of the catch-up.
Let's do it.
Hi, this is Troidal Power, the host of Troidal Power Presents the Power Playthroughs podcast, the podcast where I, your host, Troidal Power, play through games in a powerful way. And right now on Troidal Power Presents the Power Playthroughs podcast with Troidal Power, I, your host, Troidal Power, am playing through Golden Sun. You should come listen to me play Golden Sun on Troidal Power Presents the Power Playthroughs podcast with Troidal Power. Find it and a lot of other weird stuff at probablywork.com.
Okay, everybody, let's get caught up and talk about the things and the stuff.
Ever think about your game? Are you sure your next move's the right one for you? Are you sure you won't get outmaneuvered again, my friend? You'll never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for life.
All right, so today's topic is the Bigly catch up. So we have just a couple of topics that we usually go through on normal episodes where we don't accumulate like a month and a half or 2 months worth of stuff to talk about. And then we are also going to talk about our New Year's resolutions that we made and just a little progress update on those, as well as going through some Discord feedback to talk about how our community is doing. So Scott, kick us off. What have you been playing?
Oh man, this is I'm gonna try to get through this very quickly. I'm usually the one that takes
I decided
forever.
Yeah, I decided to make this a whole episode simply because of you. So
Right. Well, originally the idea was we were going to do like something more centered around COVID, right?
Yes, it was going to be a little more like mental health based, which we will cover. But I decided to be a little more typical catch up, just because we have so much stuff to kind of talk about before we can normalize and start doing catch ups. Wait, not next week, because next week is RPG Club.
Yep.
Well, we'll see what happens.
So it's good that we're getting caught up then now, because I think, like you said, next week is RPG Club, and then I think we're starting a review after that. So it'll be a while again, probably. Anyway, been playing Wild Arms for RPG Club. Not really having any huge issues. I'm not at the next point yet, but I am pretty close. There was... Okay, I'll save the Wild Arms stories for RPG Club, but that's going well. I did play, like, one night Final Fantasy V. I just got through the Island Shrine, and I'm at the point where I could go beat the final boss, or at least that's what Bill says, but I'm trying. There's, like, lots of side quests at the end of the game. It feels like I would be skipping a big chunk of that, especially it being my first time playing. But I'm still enjoying that. It's just I'm finding it very hard to find time for it when I'm also playing the RPG Club game, and neither are games that interest Corey. So I have to like find like small nights of time during the week to actually play those.
Just kick him out. Just say, hey, go have a night by yourself. You deserve it, champ. Go on.
Go for it.
Maybe I'll put him on Tinder and find him a side piece that can.
Or you can give him to your neighbors. They're friends.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you can give him to the neighbors. You should just be like, go hang out with them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Go play some dance party game with them.
Or I'm sure Bill will take him.
That's
oh yeah, Bill likes
though.
Corey. I don't think Corey likes Bill very much though. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm sure tickets are cheap now.
They wouldn't even take us, is the sad thing, but that's a whole nother side topic. Still been playing Ring Fit Adventure, which I also think Jay has started, so I'm excited for him to talk about that in a minute. I'm only playing
5
like
minutes.
once.
You're only halfway through, buddy.
Yeah. I am only playing like once a week because the weather's good, so I've been going outside more for cardio. But when I do play, it's for like an hour of actual exercise time at a time. So I'm still making some good progress towards the end of World 21. On the ride back from my recent vacation, I played some Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze. I'm trying to like get all the, even though I beat it already, I'm trying to get like all the collectibles so I can unlock the secret world. I feel like before Corey and I can do our review on that, we should experience the secret world. So it feels like it would be incomplete.
How do you stay entertained playing games like that?
Like platformers?
Yeah. Every time I play Donkey Kong, I get like I do like one world or one level or whatever, and I'm just like, I'm ready for something else. I need somebody to talk and tell me a story.
I actually don't. The game's good, but I don't like it that much personally. So I kind of agree with you on that one. Although I do love platformers and just Mario and Donkey Kong in general. So maybe it's just me.
Maybe I just need to play more Mario games. I don't know.
Maybe. I did play Super Smash Brothers Ultimate for a few minutes. They released some new spirits, and I went through a long time of making sure my spirit list was complete. So now, anytime they release new ones, I'm like, all right, time to boot up Smash. But that only took a few minutes.
And ironically, that's also the same thing you say to Corey, like when you're in the mood.
Oh, you're not too far from the truth. He's a sexual deviant, and I'm more of like not that way. So maybe that's TMI. Speaking of Corey, he's been playing Pokemon Shield. He is on the way to the semifinals. So he's got all 8 badges, and I think there's like another round of finals after that. So he's still got a little ways.
Last time I thought the last time I heard you talk about it, he was having some trouble. So how did he overcome that? Tell me about it.
He got past that. I don't know what he did differently, but apparently it was just like the wild area around the gym he was trying to get to. I was under the impression it was like all the trainers in general when he was complaining, but apparently not.
The wild area, I think, is purposefully overpowered because it's the wild area. Anything can happen in the wild area.
He also has been sticking more to the same team lately, so I'm sure that helps as well.
Totally.
Yeah. Been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider with Lauren. We started that forever ago, but then we got sidetracked by Final Fantasy X and Last of Us 2. But we're back to that, and we're getting towards the end, I think. I don't know what it is, but these Tomb Raider remakes or reboot games, they're good, but they're not especially entertaining, and I can't quite place my finger on why. But it's fun enough to power through. Still been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1 on the Switch. The game...
I saw that in the Discord that you were having some trouble grinding through it.
Yeah, so there's some things I like about the game. Like, the environments are beautiful, the music is good, but they're huge. It almost feels open world. The problem is, so far anyway, it feels like it takes forever to actually explore those areas. And I know you don't actually have to, explore. You could just go straight for the story marker, but that's not in my nature. But on the other hand, it makes it feel like I'm going, hours between significant plot developments. And there's a lot of systems in the game as far as like the battle system and all that, and affinity and auras and status effects. And I'm not sure I'm actually playing the game right.
That I experienced literally exactly what you're saying with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like,
I've heard it's worse than 2 as far as how complex the game systems are.
Yeah, and so I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm just not gonna play it the way you're supposed to. I feel like what's the most simple way I can play this game and still get the content?
Yeah.
And I found it and was able to get a lot farther than I was in previous times, but I still ended up falling off the edge of the world and not playing it again because it's just so freaking big. Like, I have a ton of hours into it and a ton of weeks of my time, and I haven't even like put a dent in the actual story, and I'm like, oh.
Hasn't Disa put like 500 hours in it?
I don't know.
It is her favorite game, or Xenoblade 2.
Yeah.
But I'm about to head to the Imperial capital on the Bionis' head, and Satan in the Discord said that that's where the story starts heating up. So I'm going to keep powering through. But if it doesn't get better soon, despite having like 32 hours in it, I might actually put it down. Because even Corey's like kind of bored by it, despite, the expansive, beautiful environments and, fully voice cutscenes and all that. So
both games do have really awesome scenery. Like, the entire worlds that both games are in are super, super cool. It's very interesting. But yeah, it's just it seems like it's such a drag between, markers, mission markers.
Disa says she only has 260 or 270 into Xenoblade 2. But she says she could see herself hitting 500. So does that mean she hasn't finished it? Hasn't finished her favorite game?
Damn.
Not this playthrough, at least.
Right. So there are a couple of other games that I have beaten, but we're going to do that separately. But that's all the games that I'm in the progress of playing for the past month or so. That's it. So who's next?
Who wants to go?
I guess I can go, or you go, because it goes the person who has the most games to the moderate to barely any.
Well, that's very nice of you to say that I'm moderate. Thank you. So I am also playing Wild Arms for the RPG club. I got striked last meetup because I was not able to get to the point. But I'm making solid progress now, but I'm kind of hitting a difficulty barrier because I suck at games. So I have to kind of get through that to fight this guy. I've also have not been being super diligent on like collecting like crest signs and stuff like that, like the things that help you do more things to then be better at battles. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to dissolve some spells in order to get some more spells that actually help me in this battle that I'm doing.
Yeah, I can give you some recommendations on that if you need them.
Yeah,
like the arm down and slow down, and make sure you have heal and speed up and all that.
Like I just want to not get hit by an attack that does 1,000 damage. Because then it's like, okay, well, now I have no choice but to have everybody heal this person right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to get revive fruits, and I only have one.
Well,
how do you get those?
I think it's just a random collectible.
Oh, that's
certain
just
chests
crap.
and stuff. Because I think
goat dolls
the
are
most
fun.
I've ever had at one point was like 5, and I had to use a bunch on a certain boss battle. So look forward to that, Jay. You're not at the one that I thought was the hardest so far.
Oh, bummer.
Womp womp.
Pretty early on in this next section, you go to one of those magic shops that lets you do like higher level spells. So that actually powers Cecilia up a lot.
Heal only does only gives like very little amounts of HP. So I'm like, this is useless.
Yes. So you can get like high heal, which just fully restores HP. Early in this next section, so you still got a while to go. But
yeah, so that's my Wild Arms adventure. I'm also still playing Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't wasn't able to play it this last week, but it is still an amazing game. And I'm not even out of the first section yet. So the first area, there's just a ton of stuff that you can do, and it's really, really fun to do it. Like the battle system is super fun. So and the side quests, like the side stories that they give you, are really comprehensive. Like even though they are optional, they feel like part of the main story just because of how well they were able to craft it.
That seems to be the one thing that I keep hearing everybody say, is that like the side stories are better than the main one.
Yeah, and it's pretty just phenomenal. I'm also not playing on a super hard difficulty, so I'm not rage quitting all the time. So that's probably helpful.
Did you see that they're adding like some kind of multiplayer mode?
I don't think I said that.
I'm sure I think it's just
what, in Ghost of Tsushima? Yeah, there it is.
Is it like a battle thing, or like you fight each other? I don't know.
Don't they already have? Yeah, I don't know. I will not play that. But yeah,
how many hours into it are you?
I have no idea. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't quite know how to check because the save file area doesn't tell you that I could see, and I don't really want to. I don't care enough to scrounge the internet to figure out how to do that.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm having a good time with that, and we'll continue playing it. I also got Ring Fit Adventure and have been playing that. So I'm on difficulty level 22, but I'm only in world like 3. Because I don't do like a ton of sessions all at once, because I still also have like other workout sessions that I do. So I just kind of use it as a nice little supplemental piece.
Like
but
me.
It's really solid. I am surprised by how good of like a cardio and like static strength workout this game is, on top of just how like they actually made it fun, like the way that you can move around and do stuff. Definitely blows Wii Sports and like Wii Fit out of the water, in my opinion.
It's crazy, right? Like it's really good.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily fun for somebody to watch, so Corey never like participates or anything. But
I think so. We had some friends over last night, and they're in pretty dang good shape because they're like big into CrossFit and stuff. And we made his name's Jeffrey. We had him bump it on the highest difficulty level and do like several. And he was like, "Oh man," he was having a little bit of issues.
oh yeah, it's really hard if you take it that high.
Yeah, it is very hard. And I think
I'm
he screwed
currently-
up his. I think he screwed up his, like the jogging and running like settings, because like his like what would be fast running for me was like really slow for him, and we couldn't really tell if it was the difficulty setting or if it was he screwed up calibrating his jog versus running. So he could like be going all out, and the avatar would just be like like barely running.
I do have a hard time getting them to like run fast sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm on difficulty 28. I've been like slowly raising it as I go through, and my goal is I only have the current world and then 2 more worlds, so I figured I'll go up to 29 for the next one, and then on the final world I'll be at 30 and hate myself.
Yeah,
but that's the goal.
It was tough. He was like, the dude's super fit, and he was like, "Oh, this is not super easy." And one thing that sucks though is I have a bum right shoulder, so my rotator cuff on my right shoulder is kind of screwed. So there are some things that I can't really do well. Particularly there's like an overhead press, and then like a chest press one where you hold it out in front of you and you have to squeeze it. I cannot do that without a lot of pain, so I have to like hold it closer to my body or like do something to get in a position that doesn't.
Well, luckily there's lots of different options. Like you don't necessarily have to use those moves. Yeah. Like for me, I don't have any squat moves, because once you get to a certain difficulty, it's like unbelievable how long it wants you to hold those squats. Like you're holding one squat for like 20 seconds or some shit. That's exaggerating, but I had to put a stop to that.
I have an issue with the overhead press because of just the crazy insane pump you get in your deltoids as you're doing it. It's like painful. And yeah, I don't know.
Just do rough, like 20 minutes of Ring Fit before you have company over, so you've got like a pump going.
Right? It's really, really solid. And so I have basically created like a schedule for myself, because like I'm starting a new job and I have all these different things that I want to get better at and that I want to do. But especially this past summer, I've had a really hard time like solidifying or like turning all of this stuff into habits. So I usually would just end up like, oh, I want to do this, and then I'd get distracted and end up looking at Reddit for an hour instead of doing something productive. So I went through and like created put everything on Google Calendar, and Ring Fit Adventure has made its way on there. So
cool.
Hopefully,
I'm glad you finally got it. I finally have somebody that I can talk about Ring Fit with.
Yeah, the past week or so, I was able to adhere pretty well, but I will cover the fun employment that I've had the past 4 days, kind of later on. But yeah,
cool.
So how about you, Rich?
If I took myself off mute there for a moment, well, I have just been playing Wild Arms.
Have you really?
I mean, yeah, I have.
That's it.
I'm trying to think about. Well, I played a little bit of other shooter games with my brother, Killing Floor, and
I saw you boot up Crystal Chronicles.
I did boot up Crystal Chronicles. Okay, yeah. Might have been a mistake to get that.
That game should be called like Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah,
is it that bad?
I don't know. Like, I can't get into it. Like, I just booted up for like a couple seconds. I'll try to put some more time in it to get more of a definitive like or
Do
it's
you
not
have
bad.
anybody to play with?
I mean, you've got a couple people in the Discord that are playing it, like Rob and
Colin, I think.
Colin, I think he is too. But there's a lot of people that I've seen on Twitter just like, this game is shit. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think the reason I finally decided not to pick it up is they made it to where if you're playing multiplayer, only the host gets to like keep the progress of that dungeon that you did together.
Which is stupid.
So like why would you even do it except for maybe fun? And it would have to be really fun, which I don't think it is.
Fun.
We don't do
this
thing.
because
who
it's
does anything
fun.
for fun?
Yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all I've been really playing.
In the last month, that's it.
I think so.
We'll
Where
talk
are you
about
in Wild
why
Arms?
that is.
Yeah.
Where are you actually at in Wild Arms now?
I got to Rosetta Town.
Oh, okay. So you are making some progress.
I am. I got to put a lot more time. I'm gonna do some of that today, and I've got a couple things I got to do today. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to.
You were farther than I thought you would be, but you were gonna have to plow the shit of it if you want to actually make the next date. You only got one strike left, so all right.
You're just gonna take it, aren't you?
He's just grinning.
You're just gonna take the strike. I might have to take the strike. I still have a ton of time left, and I'm having issues with this.
But I'm not having any issues though. Like I've been searching everything. I'm in level grind. I mean, I think my character is like 23 or 24 right now.
You're a little bit higher than me.
Yeah.
So, and I have a lot of money
Well, good
because
for
I
you.
got switched around in that
all
tri-pillar.
that overtime you've been doing.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah, you get a lot of money in the tri-pillar.
You do. I didn't realize it because I made the wrong. I put the person in the wrong place, and I was like trying to figure out what the hell, and then I had to look it up to figure out a way to switch them, and I figured it out. So
that would be very annoying if you didn't have a guide for that part. It sounds like I don't think you're the only person that ran into that issue either.
Yeah.
How do you recover from that? Because I did screw up at first, and I just loaded a save.
You did in the center of the tower. There's 3 spots where each player can stand on a blue square, and as long as each person's sitting on the blue square, you just hit one of the buttons, and it just swaps them. It teleports the other person to the other side.
I did not know that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had to look it up because I was pissed off because I was like, "Oh my god, did I just basically ruin this?" Like, there's surely in a game they wouldn't just make it so if you made a wrong turn, you're just screwed. So they did not. So
That's the 90s, man.
I know.
They do whatever the hell they want.
All right.
I was a little concerned because I didn't want to go to Scott and go, "Hey, yeah, we're not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen." So I feel like he'd have killed me. So I made sure to find a way out.
Okay,
but that's it.
Well, if that's it for you, do we want to do what games we've beaten?
What we beat? Me and Rich haven't beat anything. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. So what about you, Scott?
I actually have beaten a couple things. The first of which was The Last of Us Part 2. That sound effect does not match the mood of that game at all. I liked it quite a bit. I think overall the first one is better, but I'm going to go against the naysayers here because this game got a lot of like negative press and negative reviews and shit. I loved it. I thought it was really good. A really cool like ending and final boss and shit. It was like I had some cognitive dissonance at the end because even though I loved it, I felt like kind of sick. Like, just that bad feeling you get from playing Last of Us. But it was totally worth it, and it'll probably be a long time before I play it again because it is so much longer than the first one. But all I have to do is like get some more like level ups if I was to platinum it. But that does require like at least half another playthrough, unfortunately. So we'll be doing a Patreon bonus review on that at some point. But the real achievement, Corey finished Persona 5 Royal. He it took like 182 hours or something like that, but he did
7
finish
games.
it.
7 games.
Right.
You could have beaten 7 other games.
Yeah, he could have, but he loves it. Like he says it's in his top 5 games of all time now, which I think is going too
Generous.
far. But yeah, I do think it's a good game, but I think it has quite a few flaws. But we'll hear. Overall, I really loved it. Really good game, and I think in a couple weeks we're going to start the review on that. It's going to be at least a 3-parter, maybe 4. I haven't decided yet.
I think 8 parts.
Is it just going to be you and Corey on that? Because I don't know if I might participate in the non-story sections.
Don't have anything with against putting you on the gameplay segment.
I played it.
I've only gotten probably about 15% through the game, and I might want to play it again without spoilers.
I'll leave that up to you. That'll probably be like the last part of the review, so we've got time. And I don't think it's a good idea to release all those back to back. So we'll have like other episodes in between parts.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, that's the only things we've beaten. So,
wow,
2 really good games: Last of Us and Persona. Very different.
All right, so up next, we're going to talk about the New Year's goals that we made for ourselves in January. A lot has happened. It's been like 5 years since January. So I
was trying to remember when's the last time we did a check-in on this. It was I
don't know if we have.
Episode 17 or something. I know we had one episode where we checked in on where they were. I copied and pasted the notes from that episode here in the doc, so you can see where you were last time we talked about it. But Rich, you're first.
All right. So me, powerlifting. I did my first competition back in January. Did pretty well. And then I did a second competition back in August. Did really well to that one.
Did you make the 198 class?
I did not.
It's a hard
but
class.
I'm actually close now because I did something. I hired a nutritional coach.
Oh.
So plans out my entire meals and things like that. And I just have to make them. But plans everything out, checks in with me every week.
How much is this person? Because I need somebody to actually tell me what to eat. Everyone I ever find says like, hey, I'm just going to give you macros. You decide what to fill those macros with. I'm like, that is not what I want. You to tell me exactly what to eat because I don't want to think about it. I have to think about other stuff. I don't want to think about what I'm going to cook. That's why I just eat sandwiches and peanut butter and jellies.
Yeah. No, I mean, it depends on what you want to do. He has different price tiers and things like that. So it's something to talk about. But he labels everything out. Like you need to eat this, or this, and this. And measures it out, has a, I bought a scale a while back and I'm using the scale and I measure everything out from that. It's not bad. I've actually dropped 8 pounds in 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
But I also do a lot of cardio now too. So on top of my lifting and everything else.
Man, you're going to get shredded.
I am. That's the plan. A little bulk up.
That's really cool.
That's the goal, is to do that, to bulk up and tone down.
It's hard to do both at once.
Yeah, it is. So that's what we're doing. He's going to push me a little bit this week with the food that I'm going to be eating. He's cut a few things out. He cut some carbs and a couple meals. And I was just like, oh, okay. I like those.
Yeah.
But all right. Pay down debt and save money. Yes. What's really nice is, it's nice for me, but it's not nice for a lot of people, is that the student loan has been on hold. So there's no interest being earned and you can make payments to it and principal only payments. So it's pretty nice.
I would say that's actually probably good for everybody.
It is. But the ones that can't make the payments, that's where the sucky part is.
Helping Corey a lot too. He's paid a lot down on his.
My fear though is that once it kicks back, not for me, because I'll be making payments on it. It's not a big deal. But the ones that couldn't make payments, I'm a little concerned that they're going to come back with something a little bit harsh, going, oh, well, you didn't make these payments for this time. Here, you owe this now. Like, that's what I'm a little bit afraid of for those people.
Yeah.
I just don't trust people.
I totally. So my borrower was like, hey, like, you don't have to make payments. until September, or
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to start making payments again soon. And I was just like, okay, cool. I won't make
Yeah.
payments then.
Yeah, it's what
Now
some
is
people were
the
saying
best time
too.
to make payments, though. So
Yeah, it's the principal only payments, stuff like that. But that's just my fear, because I always see the worst scenarios and that's kind of a bad quality that I have.
Yeah.
But it's something to think about. Okay, what's behind the door then? What's behind this curtain that you're saying is a good deal, but is it going to be, is it going to punch me in the face later? So,
Yeah.
Rich, are you saying you don't trust our government?
I don't trust people. I don't trust anybody.
I would say so. It's kind of weird, the different philosophies around debt versus income. Like, I don't know. I kind of come from the idea of, like, at the end of the day, like, cash is king. Like, what you have in your savings account is going to matter a lot more than how much debt you have, because people who you are indebted to want payments, like, period. And sure, if you don't make payments, then that kind of sucks. But like, that's why I went for the 30-year loan on my house and stuff, because like the money that I would not be spending on that can go towards my savings account and investments, and which can then also make money. So like, yeah, I think there's a good way to balance it out.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Just
you've
a
been
little
doing good in that
concerned on
area,
things.
right, Rich?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Well, and then not to mention, like, I've been buying stuff for the house and, we're putting carpet in. Carpet's expensive, guys.
I'm just trying to take notes here on the actual updates, so
we ripped
see
carpet
where we are
out
next time.
We're putting new carpet in. This house that we bought, we've been in our house for 3 years. I celebrated my 3rd year anniversary with my wife on like 4 days ago.
I think I remember when you moved into that house.
Yeah.
Oh my
been
God.
It's been 3, maybe 2.5. Yeah, it's been 3 years.
Happy anniversary.
Well, thank you. We haven't. She hasn't killed me yet, so I don't know.
Maybe she should.
She's
I
a very powerful
agree.
woman, then self-control beyond belief.
Yeah. She's like 5'1", full of rage. I don't know, but I do love her, and I hope she can hear me.
Brownie points.
Yep. Finish games faster. Beat 1 golden year game a month. We could just strike that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, that one, I was about to say that one's an epic fail.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's
My wife
something
just texted me.
I wish you would stick to that, though.
I'm trying. My wife just texted me. She goes, I hear everything you say.
Wow. So you're in trouble
times.
after this.
Nah, I said good things. I said all good things.
Okay. All right.
I'm blinking to you guys to send help.
Morse code.
Sounds like
Morse
other
code.
than the games, you're doing pretty good.
Yep. The powerlifting thing, I'm doing one last competition, like I said, in a couple weeks, or no, in October, and that's it for a while. I've got to start training for strongman. So
that's cool. I'm really proud of you, actually. So good job. All right, Jay, you're next.
All right, goal number 1, stop spending money on frivolous things like going out to eat. Major success. Thank you, COVID. We have pretty much not gone out to eat. We've gotten like some pickup and delivery food here and there, but we pretty much cut that out entirely. I did let one of my credit cards, like the card actually expire, and we didn't reactivate the new card. So we're just gonna like pay off the little tiny amount that's on that and just not ever use it. So that gave us a good chance to like cancel a bunch of crap that we didn't need. Like, because a bunch of stuff's like, hey, we're trying to charge your card and it's not working. And we're like, oh, okay, cancel. Like, so
Nice.
There was a bunch of stuff that we didn't really ever track that was coming out of it. I have spent a crap load of money on making the house better. Like, we've redid all the floors, new baseboards.
That's not really frivolous, though.
That's needed.
Yep. So that is pretty good. And then retire by 40. I think I'm doing okay. If I stay at my savings rate now, so my current savings rate, by the time I am in my late 30s, I'll at least have $250,000 saved, which might be good savings money. That's not including my 401k and everything. So that would just be straight savings,
How much do you think you need to retire?
By 40?
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to at least have $1 million in investments plus savings, so that I can just cash all that out and have $1 million to sit on for 40 years. But
I need to get with you at some point and maybe figure out some of how I can also get on that track, because I want to retire early too, but I never imagined 40. So
yeah, well, it's difficult because like the only way you can actually do that, unless your salary is already like $250,000 salary, is to invest and like make smart investment choices. But right now the stock market's so like upsy and downsy, like I'm having a hard time feeling confident in investing.
Right.
So maybe in like a few years when politics hopefully stabilizes, we'll be able to make like good investments again.
Fingers crossed,
politics
man.
are going to stabilize.
Might just give it a chance.
I just don't think it's going to.
Because it's kind of like we're not in a position to like really screw over the stock market like these rich people are. Like we don't have $1 million that we can throw in, wait for it to hit some peaks, and then get some insider information and then pull out. Like we don't have the money to do that. So.
I just decided I'm not going to look at it anymore. It's too too stressful.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I've been doing cash, because that like I can still put that cash somewhere,
right,
whenever I feel a little safer. So I guess that's on track, doing well. I did get a new job, and it pays a little bit more, but it has stock options, which it's a really successful startup so far. It is pre-IPO, but with those stock options, I'm hoping that I can, whenever they go public, it'll be worth a lot.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job with making work less stressful. You quit.
Yes, I got a new job. And so at the new job, I'm not like in leadership or anything. So I'm actually making a little bit more money. I'm actually I will be back to writing code pretty much full time, instead of being like in technical leadership where I'm just having to be like a business analyst and translating that to technical details. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that is, I guess we'll see if work is less stressful at Auth0. There is an on-call rotation that the whole team has to go on, so that might be a little stressful. But I've heard really good things about the company, and their Glassdoor ratings are like through the roof, especially for
like a customer service rotation. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
It's like actually it's more it's not really customer service per se. It's like oh crap, the site's down. Like, oh, the service isn't working. Who's on call to come fix this? Because they are a like a software as a service company, and they have clients all around the world, or consumers all around the world. So you gotta stay up 24/7 and make sure everything's kosher. Especially go on.
I was like, have you perfected your customer service voice?
I was in customer support for like 2 years.
Okay.
Software support, so I can handle it. But hopefully I don't ever have to talk. Hopefully I'll just do nerd stuff behind the scenes.
I hope the job is actually less stressful. I'm a little worried after that crazy interview process.
Yeah, the interview process was indeed crazy, but I guess it's how they make sure that they get solid people through.
Only the best.
Everybody that I've actually talked to that works at the company has raved about their work-life balance. So we'll see. It's still fully remote, and I've heard it's a lot more autonomous than my last company was. So
nice.
Fingers crossed. So next up is don't get fat. I'm still completely maintained, so I haven't really gained weight, and I have started working out again the past 2 weeks. Which is awesome. I just have to actually freaking stick with my schedule, which has been going well so far. And then actually finish games, especially Witcher 3. I've not really touched Witcher 3 since the last time we checked up on this. And I think Final Fantasy VII was remake was the last game I finished. And I have quite a few in progress, so we'll to be seen, I guess. and then get into streaming. I did do one game stream and one code stream, and would like to do more. So I'll give that a 10% progress.
Last time we did a check-in, I remember that you said to just strike that one. So you picked it back up.
Yay!
Good for me. How about you, Scott?
Okay. My goal, one of mine, was to get married this year, and COVID took a big old dump on that one. So that is not happening. So I guess I'll put fail here. I had a very generic get in shape goal, and I actually think that I have met that.
I think so too.
Thank you. I've actually been doing really well. Here in the last year, I've lost like 20 pounds. And,
damn.
Not to toot my own horn necessarily, but I think I look pretty good now. And I'm actually like proud of myself. My confidence is higher than it's ever been. I turn 30 next month, and I will be going into that in the best shape of my life. So yeah, I'm really, really happy about that. And like I said, I've got a lot more self-esteem. Like, I feel like the person I am on the outside matches the awesome person I've always been on the inside.
There you go. That's the way I look at it too, is if you work hard at that, admire that work that you put into it, brag about it. That's what I do. Like, I go to the mirror and stuff. I'm like, hey, look at that. I have a muscle. Where'd that come from? Look at that guy.
I try to stay humble, but one of my biggest personality flaws is I am pretty vain, unfortunately. So
that's fine. Everybody needs to be every once in a while.
Yeah. So last July, I think it was July, I hired a personal trainer, and he helped me a lot. Not that I really needed help with accountability, but what I needed help with was making adjustments, like if something's not working, what to do different. And he helped me a lot with that. So yeah, I'm doing really well at that. My this might be a little lofty, and Corey is not going to be happy, but my next goal is to hopefully get abs. I don't think I'm that far.
Abs we'll overrated, in my opinion. There's too much work to get those.
Yeah.
So hold on. What kind of abs are you? Are you wanting like bodybuilder, oiled up, like you can see the like fibers of your muscle abs, or do you just want like it's mostly like kind of visible abs that are like, aesthetic, but not like stereotypical 2% body fat abs?
That one. I don't want to like get below 10% or anything like that, 'cause that would be crazy and unsustainable, and Corey would kill me, I think. So Corey would actually like it if I gained to like 30 pounds. So, but
I'm gonna send you guys a picture of the kind of abs that I want.
Right now, if I flex and I'm in like the perfect lighting, I could sort of and squint and like angle a certain way. It's like, oh yeah, I can sort of see maybe.
I can actually, like, if I were to like really get my diet under control and really probably lose at least 20 pounds. Like, I can get, like, my abs are pretty large and blocky, so I could probably get abs pretty well, at least in the terms of light, like in the right lighting. Because right now, like, so I have a lot of extra skin, and it's like a really thin layer of extra skin. But if I like get in the right light and like jump up and down to make the skin like kind of bounce with me, you can actually see like the outline of like all my huge big blocky abs. So it's actually pretty neat.
Man, our listeners are gonna be getting hot and bothered with all this talk.
I just have the one.
It's actually quite disturbing because it is like floppy skin, but then you can like see muscle under, because skin is so thin. You can then also see, like, it happens with my back muscles too, but I was like really fat growing up, so, and my skin is like never bounced back. Right.
That's unfortunate. Get some surgery.
I mean, I just have the one ab.
One single ab.
They're
so large that they just combined.
Yep. One super ab.
My next goal was to drink less. Last time we did a check-in on this, I said I had failed, and I have pretty much continued to fail. But when we did that that catch up or that check in, I think I was drinking almost every day. Now it's like 4 days a week. So I have improved, I guess. But it's not really a huge priority to me anymore because most of that was fitness related. And I've pretty much figured out the secrets of the universe as to how to get wasted all the time and still lose weight. So
nice.
So yeah, that's the key to the universe. I think I'll probably just take the goal off for next time, unless I start having like health issues or something. One of my major goals was to move to the beach. I was hoping to actually
do that. Let's go to the beach. Let's go get away.
I was hoping to actually do that around this time this year, but obviously I have not. One of my other goals was to change jobs, and those two are kind of tied. Like I have to have a good job before I feel comfortable moving, and like a remote job, and that has been surprisingly more challenging than I thought it was going to be. I think it's partially due to COVID, and they're just being in the market being influxed with people looking for jobs right now. I'm also not as illustrious as Jay here with my resume, so I need to take some training and get better at some of like the newer technology. It's just, you have to, if you want to make changes, you have to actually make steps toward that change, and I don't have the best track record on actually using my free time for professional development. I really need
hard.
to.
It takes a lot, an unfortunate amount of time to be skilled in this professional practice. I really love what I do, but sometimes every now and then I'll be like, oh man, like working in a factory where you just go like do your shift and then leave, and then that's it. You can just do whatever you want. There's no professional development there. Like it's like, I kind of envy that, but at the same time, like our field is so, like it pays so well and is, in my opinion, fun. Like I have a lot of fun doing what I do.
It's fun when I get to actually do the coding and the programming. But there's like all this other shit, like hours long meetings and documentation and all that shit that really bugs me down. I hate meetings.
Yep.
And my manager is like a raging like bitch from hell. So that's unfortunate. Also, Corey got a job last year, and that makes it really hard to move too, because it's not as easy in his field supposedly as it is in our field. And so if I got a job, he could still quit probably, because we don't need both incomes to survive. But it's one more thing that makes it hard to leave.
Yeah, I mean, if you're both working, and then you could absolutely save up enough money. Like if you could just live off of one of your salaries, that's an entire salary that you could put straight into a savings.
We could definitely live off mine, and we did for a long time. But the thing with Corey's entire paychecks is basically just going towards his loan. So that's kind of a bummer.
That's one thing that goes back to why I don't necessarily think it's like the best idea to just throw all your money at loans, because like, sure, like you'll have less debt, but you could also just have more money at one hand.
Yes, Jay, so, like, that is how that works.
So, I mean, that debt it's surely not going anywhere, but it's like the actual saving of money is, in my opinion, going to be more rewarding than paying off that debt fast.
Yeah. Well, hopefully things will change. I'm going to keep looking. I really need to. I'll go through like a week where I'll put in like 12 applications, and then like I won't do anything for another week or so. So
that's exhausting.
Just need to focus on that. Yeah, for real. And kind of depressing when you just don't hear back from things, because even though I may not be totally up to date on my skills, I do think I am good at what I do know. So,
yeah. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I did have a random interview, and it was just the very first introductory call, and it was with the CTO of this like newer company, and he had me do an algorithm challenge, and it was the most BS thing I'd ever done. It was like on a call, he randomly was like, "Okay, we're gonna do a code challenge," and I was like, "Okay," and then I got through it, and I'm not. I only have like an associate's degree. I didn't do a whole lot of this stupid college level algorithm stuff because it's all stupid and kind of bullcrap and not actually useful in day-to-day programming. And he pretty much just straight up told me, he's like, "Yeah, you didn't do good. You need a lot of improvement on your data structures and algorithms and basic programming, and you're definitely not senior engineer level." And I was just like, God dang.
Jeez, not pulling any punches.
No,
I was pretty sad about it.
Sorry, man. Another goal was to grow the podcast. I wouldn't say we've had any like exponential growth or anything, but here lately we have been doing decent on that. I think I need to look at our numbers, but I do feel like it feels like the show has grown to me. We've got a really active Discord, and I feel like the JRPG July and the RPG Club has helped us quite a bit. So yeah, I need to look at the numbers and see like actually how we're doing, but I'm kind of happy with where the show is right now. Just need to find out, more ways to do some reach out and stuff. I wanted to finish every mainline Final Fantasy. The show has forced me to make progress on that. Been playing Final Fantasy V, one of the only ones I have not finished. Still got to do 1 through 3, and of course I'm not doing the MMOs, so that's going decent. Don't buy games until it's time to play them. I feel like I have actually stuck to that. And get outside my gaming comfort zone. Let's see. Did I do anything?
Played God of War.
That's true. That's not really in my wheelhouse. So there's that. Maybe not following that one as much as I would have liked, but I also haven't totally failed it. We can skip Bill on this doc because I think he gave us an update somewhere below. Cool. Did we want to do anything else before we go to feedback?
Yeah. Does anybody have any last call things to catch up on? Any awesome progression in non-gaming hobbies? I think we covered all of our hobbies as we were talking.
Yeah, I think doing the resolution stuff pretty much got us through all that.
Awesome. Cool. So let's move on to our community responses. So I'll kick us off here. So Kaboski. I want to say Kaboski. Said, been doing pretty good over here. Work's been a lot busier ever since I've started working from home in March because of COVID and our company not wanting to risk having us in office. And it's given me more time to game as I'm only engaged with, because he's only engaged with no kids. So a little bit more free time here. My New Year's gaming resolutions are a bust so far. It was to play more MMO games. 2 personal resolutions are so-and-so. 1, killing it and staying healthy. He's lost 40 pounds so far since January. Awesome. Congratulations.
Damn.
That's amazing.
Haven't gotten anything at all lately. So no blog posts, starting a short story, etc.
So what, we've got 8 months that we've been in here. So that's what's 40 divided by 8.
5, right?
5.
That's 5 pounds a month.
5 pounds a month. That's really great. So congrats on that. You should be proud. So I'll read the next one if I can get there. Looking down here. Oh, Corey. He said he's been keeping up with his workouts and logging meals. He hasn't necessarily lost weight according to the scale, but he believes he has replaced fat with muscle. Still got a long ways to go, though. Oh, and he finally beat Persona 5 Royal. So he actually hired the same trainer that I have. He gave us like a couples discount, kind of. So he's been doing good on that, and he's actually been sticking to that a lot more than he has in the past. So I'm pretty proud of him. He gets sore with like every workout though. He's like always waddling around.
That's it.
He needs to stretch.
I don't think that stretching is going to help your DOMs.
Yeah. Well, you can read your best friend Bill's, Rich.
I can, because I just love Bill so much. Yeah, been loving family life during COVID. Although it's impacted my gaming time a lot, it's difficult to find time. But I've been working hard on prioritizing the games, which has yielded good results. Work continues to be just as busy, if not more so. But I find I get a lot more done working from home as I get far less interruptions. Obviously, the one list game a month is a bust in the New Year's resolution, but I've beaten 4 this year and some side games, so it's not all bad. I've booked an exam for work, so I need to study for that. It's just busy. That's good. He doesn't have his 2-hour train ride every day, so he can't plow out games like a madman.
He's still going faster than you, Rich.
I don't even care.
Rich
So I'm gonna skip over the next thing Corey said because he just talked about how COVID ruined the wedding plans. So Tales of ROB says, let's see. This year my family grew and I have a little baby boy. Congratulations. So between him and his sister doing virtual school, I've been nice and busy this year, just not with games. But I can't complain. COVID put a hell of a strain on my work, and it's keeping me busy there as well. Everyone needs their internet more now than ever. I'm not going to complete my gaming goals, sadly, besides Final Fantasy Plats. Being ridiculous, just not much time for games, even though I keep adding to my backlog with the damn sales to keep having on the PlayStation Store.
Those sales, they get you every time.
Having a kid is always a big accomplishment. So good luck with that. That will be one thing I hopefully never do.
I think you will get in your 40s and you'll be like, man, I just want something more.
God,
and you're gonna go out and you're gonna go adopt a child and you're gonna teach them everything you know.
If I ever start talking about that, I need one of you guys to like smack some sense into me, please.
No, I'll feed it. I'll feed into it.
I mean, I'll send you dog pictures. I mean, you could do that.
We probably will get a dog eventually, hopefully.
Just don't get a wiener dog.
Don't get a big hyper dog either.
Yeah, wiener dogs. I have one. He's an asshole.
Corgi. Get a corgi.
There you go.
Oh, that would be amazing. Disa says, this year has definitely been different than planned. The wedding is postponed until next year. So another wedding fatality here.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's been also an incredible year with my nephew being born and staying with him a lot and getting to know him. Yeah, her and her sister are like super close, so I'm sure that was awesome. Last time we laughed together for the first time, and I'm pretty sure my heart grew a little. Aww.
There's too much feels going on here.
Yeah, for real. Gaming-wise, I've definitely beaten more games than expected, but not necessarily the ones I thought I would. Still, I'm at 26 now, so I think I'm very happy with that. And she said over here in the Twitch chat that she meant to say that her goal is 30 for the year. So I think she beats games all the time, so she's going to far surpass that, I would think. And Rich, why don't you take our last one from Satan?
Satan, this year has been pretty good for me, so I can't complain too much. I've been able to spend more time with the kids, which has been nice, mostly nice. I guess he likes his kids. As for gaming, my handheld gaming wasn't affected at all since I can always game at a decent amount at work. My console stuff I had scheduled a little better depending on what I'm playing around the kids since I won't play certain things such as The Last of Us 2, and also I don't want distractions when I'm playing plot-heavy games either. It's understandable.
I totally just played terrible games in front of Gracie.
She'll be fine.
She's desensitized now.
Yeah. All in all, my life has been pretty good. I'm thankful for that. Oh, Scott, addition to my update.
That was thesis. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget to. Yeah, sounds like Satan's things are going pretty good for him.
Yeah, good job, man.
All right. guess that's it. That was a big league catch up.
Yeah.
Dang.
So real quick, I just do want to give a heartfelt thanks to the community that we have with RPG After Years. You guys are all super awesome. I have really enjoyed being in Discord, and I am going to continue enjoying it. I love everybody's involvement, and like we have like 70 people in the Discord, but about 15 to 20 people that are pretty active and stay pretty active. And I just want to definitely give a thanks for the activity and the community that we have there. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be in there. Except for sometimes you guys like pop off, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ! I just hear my laptop like dinging, ding, 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 ding.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah,
it's usually Bill doing that.
Yeah.
I also tend to set like, I don't type out long comments. I type out 15 fragmented comments.
I'm the same way.
I send them as I'm talking to make sure that like, oh, by the time I type this out, no one's going to care anymore. I got to start now.
Yeah. Disa says she's so glad you've joined the Discord and that it's great to have you active in there.
Thank you.
Man, I can't take all these touchy-feelies today.
Yeah, you're going to have to go on like scrub yourself.
Or we need to go make fun of Bill.
Take a shower. Speaking of Bill, are we going to have a tea time? Or I know we don't have one. Is he going to do one?
I'm sure he will.
Well, he'll add it in post-edit right here. That was a great tea time, Bill. Thank you for that. I'm so glad to hear that things are going well and that your New Year's resolutions have all been met with utter confidence and repose. So
well spoken. So yeah, I guess we'll go into the outro.
All right. So yeah, it was super great catching up with everybody, the community, YouTube bro hams. So hopefully we won't have to go so long between catch ups again. But no
Wouldn't be surprised.
So what are we doing next week, Rich?
All right. So next week, I have a hard time pronouncing his name. We're going to talk about the Ayuden Chronicles. Ayuden Chronicles and Kickstarters. So
I'm also probably going to go in and talk shit about big tech and monopolies. So
yep, cool.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah,
yeah, and just like Kickstarters in general, kickstarted games, what that's like and how it works out and how we feel about all that and shit. So going into our plugs, we would very much appreciate it if you would go onto whatever your podcasting app happens to be and leave us a review. Reviews are one of the best ways to increase the visibility of our show and how do people find it. It shoots us up the rankings. And I already said that was one of mine in particular, but resolutions was to grow the show. We want to get this community even larger. So please do that.
If you couldn't tell by how prepared Rich and I are, we did not make that a resolution.
Well, I figured Scott had that. He's got that down. So, all right. So with that, we have a Patreon, guys. You can support the show with early episode access if you do support us with ad-free episodes, aftercasts, which we are looking to figure out what the next one will be. Extra reviews, like we talked about. Persona 5 is potentially going to be one of those, and Last of Us 2. RPG Club, which is becoming a pretty good little thing there for us, and many more. You can find that at patreon.com/RPG After Years. And another nice little thing is we are live on Twitch. You can find the show at twitch.tv/RPG After Years.
Another great way to get a hold of us if you want to give us some feedback, but don't want to like some negative feedback and don't want to blast us on iTunes reviews, please.
We appreciate that.
Send that to rpgafteryears@gmail.com. You can also send like topic suggestions or anything really. On top of that, we do have a new merch store. So head on over to Redbubble and check that out. So just search RPG After Years. Lots of cool, hoodies, shirts, cool stuff over there. So check that out.
Mugs. Everybody needs a good mug.
Or a mask.
Good mugs.
Oh yeah, there's masks too.
Yes, stay safe. You can also find a Discord link that can be found in the show notes, or it's pinned on we have a pinned tweet on Twitter. which you can find at RPG Years. I am at JAYD Hizzle.
I'm at the Scott Spot.
And I am at HaleBlue1569.
And you can find Matunica at Matunica. That's Bill. I read that. Nice. I was doing so well. You can find Bill at Matunica or Matanica or Metunica.
One more quick thing I forgot to say. If you're listening to this and want to check us out on Twitch, we're live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. I need to remember to start adding that to the doc. But yeah.
Awesome. So a big thank you again for joining us as we talk about our lives and our video games. We hope everybody is doing well, and we hope you'll join us next week for episode 31. Until then, I'm Jay.
I'm Scooter the Spooter.
I'm so rich, they call me Rich.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice.
This has been a presentation
of the We Can Make This Work Probably Network.
Follow us on Twitter
at Probably Work for more of our questionable content.
Also, we have a website called probablywork.com.